Welcome back to another one of Dan Aykroyd's Bright Ideas. Today we'll be talking about crystal vodka.
Yes, with the
Crystal Skull vodka.
What, you don't want to drink your vodka?
Dan
out of a
Aykroyd is
Crystal
such
Skull?
an amusing man outside of his film, inside of his films as well. He has a lot of he has a lot of interesting ideas. He,
But it's
he's
quadruple
quite the
filtered
pioneer.
through zirconian diamonds.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He believes all this crazy stuff, and honestly, good on him. He's totally right about everything. Everything he's ever said. Yeah, I believe him.
And I mean, the
wholeheartedly because
Sputnik
he
said it
believes
was good
wholeheartedly.
vodka, and if the Sputniks don't know what good vodka is, then what the fuck do they know? Or sorry, I misquoted. It was Herkimer diamonds. I reminded myself that it was Herkimer diamonds, which are, I believe, a type of zirconian diamond.
I haven't drunk any alcohol in like probably a decade now, but I would break my sobriety to drink some of that delicious Crystal Skull vodka. With you
And then
guys.
fucking die? You just want to kill
yeah, and
yourself?
have my third eye
Like,
open.
going straight from like drinking nothing to just like 70 proof vodka? Yeah, man. You
Hell
do.
yeah!
I'm sure your liver will be like happy about that.
I think it would disintegrate
Yeah.
at the sight of it. To be honest with you.
I don't think I've drank alcohol since I was like 9.
That's not the correct age to say.
I don't know if I've ever told you guys this story and or if it's been on this channel. But
I don't think so.
the
I don't
first
know
time
this
that I
story.
tried alcohol was on accident because my dad had a shot glass of vodka and me being an idiotic child thought it was a glass of water.
Yeah.
And so I just took a gulp of that and spat it out because it tasted like fucking... It burned my mouth and I was like...
Did you
"This-
actually swallow any of it?
No. No. I rejected the taste of it. I'm like, this isn't water. The fuck is
Yeah.
this?
You just weren't expecting something
You've
different.
never drunk anything from that day forward?
Oh, wait, no. I'm remembering now that I also tried when I was 20, almost 21.
Which, by the way, Americans,
Yeah.
the legal drinking age in Australia is 18.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of the
There's a
reason. That's part of the
subreddit. I don't know
reason
if
why
you've
my
ever-
why my stepdad was like, here, you can try this because like he's Australian. So I think that's why.
Alright.
I don't know if you know about this subreddit. There's a subreddit called US Defaultism, where everyone online just presumes everyone's American.
Correct.
And one of the most common thing that pops up is people saying, "I just drank my first sip of beer at 18," and all the Americans come out of the woodwork saying, Actually, I think you'll find that the legal drinking age is 21.
Yeah.
And I don't know what state you live in, assuming that, of course, that they live in a state in the United States and that no other country has states.
Correct.
But yeah, that's the legal drinking age, so yeah.
But I also remember at 20, I tried. I went out of my way to try sake, which
Okay, yeah.
a great idea as someone who's not a drinker to immediately try sake as your
Yeah.
first real drink that you're trying. It tasted like window cleaner, and I almost spat it out at the restaurant we were at.
Oh. You should have just had cider or something. It's like apple juice but with alcohol in it. Like,
Yeah, that was my drink of choice.
Yeah, but at 20, I was in like my weed phase, and I was like, "Oh, sake, it must be good." What they drink in Japan,
Yeah.
So
and
true.
then
Yeah.
I find
Just
out
after I
that
take a
people in
shot of it,
Japan drink window cleaner,
solidarity.
and hate their liver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
I mean, listen, I'm not a heavy drinker either. Like I said, I haven't drunk in years, but there were some drinks when in the like a couple year period that I did drink that I was just like, this is actual poison. I'm sure I've told these stories before, but I've attempted to drink whiskey a couple of times in my life, and both those times was disastrous, to say the least.
Yeah, my taste with whiskey. I was talking about this with my parents at Christmas. I think I went over there for. Well, I've been over there a few times, but they poured me a scotch, and I took a little sip of it, and I just remember I do not like scotch. I can't drink scotch, but I drink actual straight whiskey, and that's fine. And I can drink bourbon, and that's fine. But scotch, can't drink scotch. It just does not agree with me.
See, my thing is, and this is what happened in both instances. You know, like there is a level of like if there's something that you drink or eat that's like it doesn't taste good, you can still like swallow it and grit bare your teeth and go, ugh, that's gross.
My body
Whiskey
will
for
reject
me-
it. I'm probably gonna throw up if I have like the wrong thing. And
My body immediately, the second it touches like my lips, rejects it. I can't even get it like usually past my throat. It's immediately like, nah, this is poison. I'm not having it. And
Yeah.
like I can't push through it and be like, oh, I'll just tank it. No, my body is like, no, we're not doing this with whiskey. Get that shit out of you right now.
Yeah.
So there was two instances. One when I was on a boat. At my Gramps' funeral, and we all took a shot, and that was my first time, and I had to spit it out of the side of the boat. Another time I was at someone's, I think it was a birthday party or something, and I was at a big table, and everyone at the table got a got a glass, and everyone was like, "Oh, we're like this will be nice," and they all took a sip, and I'm there staring at it. I'm like, "Okay, it's just a shot. I can do it. I'll just do it really quick, and then it'll be over." And I literally was able to get half of it in my mouth, and then I had to stand up, excuse myself as quickly as possible, run to the bathroom, and like barf it all up.
Yeah.
Basically, I couldn't even finish a single shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
My body just has an instant like poison reflex.
And meanwhile, like obviously they make drinks that are like you literally can't taste the alcohol in them, kind of stuff. And they'd have like a different flavor, like a cherry flavor or whatever have you. Pick your poison. But I worry about the opposite then happening, where I start liking them too much and I become addicted to drinking alcohol and then I start crushing them. And unfortunately, I've just seen firsthand what that does to people. And I do not want to even risk that happening to me.
I guess with things like vodka cruises or something like that, where it's just like tastes like cordial and just drinking heaps of those.
Yeah, like stuff like that would just be like,
I'm gonna be honest with
about
you.
getting addicted to those kind of things.
In the few years where I did drink alcohol, and this is part of it. There's many reasons why I stopped, but I honestly never preferred it to just like drinking a lemonade.
Yeah.
I was never like, ooh, I could do with a nice cool glass of beer. It was always like, oh, okay, I'm at a social event. This is just what you do, and I didn't really enjoy the taste. I didn't really, I just kind of did it. And so after a while I'm just like, why am I doing this? I don't enjoy this like at all. I don't like dulling my senses. I don't like the buzz. I don't like the taste. Like I'm like, what? Even like things like cider, which was usually my drink of choice, or rum and coke, which tasted nice. I'm still like, I still would prefer just a lemonade or like an actual coke, That's my personal. I know that's not everyone. Like some people like absolutely love the taste of alcohol, but I never had an alcoholic drink that I actually actively enjoyed and wanted.
Yeah. I've sort of like always envisioned myself that I would drink alcohol, but what I do these days, like, I usually use it as like, I know like I have a big reaction to caffeine, so I can't have Coke at the wrong time, because I usually like having Jack Daniels and Coke. I usually try to use alcohol as like a relaxant. Like if I'm stressed out or something, I'll have a drink. Or if I'm just trying to not get up all the time because I'm just so motivated to run around the house and do things, I'll have like a bunch of drinks and then hope that settles me. But sometimes it has the opposite effect where I get up and do things. So it doesn't really...
I feel like it would make me more jittery and paranoid, personally.
Yeah, I don't usually get paranoid. I usually get more like more relaxed when I've had alcohol.
Yeah, that's the desired effect. That's why a lot of people do drink it.
But I don't do what a lot of people do, which is where they kind of make it part of their life. Like I'll have it occasionally, And I like
That's where alcoholism starts. Is
Yeah.
when it starts to become routine.
yeah.
That's where you want to be careful of.
Yeah, the
As
thing
long as
is,
you can
like,
avoid that.
I mean, I'm a pretty productive person. I got all these projects that I like to work on, and I can't do that stuff while I'm under the influence of alcohol. So, yeah, I've just
I've
don't do
I've
it
just
very
never
much.
been one. Like, I'm always working on projects and thinking about shit. You know, I
Yeah.
don't like dulling my senses. I like being alert and thinking about shit.
yeah, because I don't think I've ever had like a good idea while under the influence of alcohol. It's usually like, we've had times where we record like drunk videos, stuff like that, and that's for entertainment. That's for fun. That's something to do. But that wasn't the only thing that we did. There was like an outlier of kinds of videos that we would do. I think, and also like alcohol, like smoking, is an expensive habit. Like if you drink every week and you smoke every week, that's a massive amount of your budget.
Well, so I don't know
Sure.
if,
As someone
if
who's
it's the
as
same
budget
in
conscious as you, I
Australia.
can see that being an
But
issue.
the problem in America is you can get strong alcoholic drinks for like $1.50. There is a problem. Like if you can stomach these like small bottles of vodka, they're very strong and they're only like $2 if you're like a vodka drinker, and it's a very big problem for some people. But yeah, on top of that, I see people who are smokers, and they have to pay like $1,000 a week because they smoke a pack a day. And then obviously, usually a lot of people don't have one or the other. They also just have both, and it's just doubly worse.
Yeah.
Never start vaping either.
No. Well, I had a vape when I was in Melbourne for the Grand Prix, because a lot of the guys at work, they vape, and I tried it once. I like the flavours, and I had this banana ice one in Melbourne, and it wasn't one of those illegal nicotine ones. It was nicotine free, because those are the ones that you can buy over the counter. But I thought, well, what's the difference? Like, why would I want nicotine? That's just an intentionally addictive substance that probably doesn't even taste nice. So why would I want that? But just the what would happen is, like, if you'd be vaping, and the same thing would probably happen with smoking. If you regularly do it, it can irritate your throat and cause you to cough.
Yeah, it turns
I
out
was like, why do I want to do that?
From like asbestos filters and like nicotine.
it fucks up your lungs
It turns
in
out
different
putting
ways.
smoke in your lungs is just not a good idea.
Yeah.
There's a reason that we have an inherent like coughing reflex when we inhale smoke.
Yeah.
That you shouldn't get out of your body. you should have it if
Yeah,
possible.
you should have that reflex.
I should say, before we go too far, I'm assuming you don't vape, Frank.
No,
It's just
I
a
don't.
very- it's a
I
very
don't do
trendy thing to
anything
do.
like that.
No.
Yeah.
Because, like I said with alcohol, like I'm worried that I can end up having an addictive personality and just not knowing it. And
Yeah.
I'd rather.
The thing
just
is,
not
we are
like it.
kind of in this. Our generation is in this interesting, like, in between state where we're too late for cigarettes and too early for vaping. So we're kind of in the perfect zone where, like, most people in our age group, like, don't have any kind of smoking habits.
Well, I found, like, when I was in Melbourne and I had the vape, I noticed how many people didn't smoke, and it was like most people don't smoke. But then you go into certain scenes, like at my workplace, most people smoke, but I don't. And then you go to like where there's go to concerts, people frequently smoke and drink, because that's just sort of like what people who like to go to those things tend to do. It's sort of interesting that in certain environments that where people are, they may or may not be more likely based on that environment. So like working in a factory environment like I do, or I've worked in just manual labour jobs, people are more likely to smoke.
Yeah.
I don't know about
I mean, I don't
your.
like to make stereotypes,
Yeah.
sweeping accusations like that.
Yeah.
I can't.
I
say
don't
for
think
sure,
it's so
but
much a generational
my thing
thing.
is I've just noticed that in general it's somewhat of a generational thing, like how it's been sold to you. If you hang out with a lot of people who smoke, you're more likely to also pick it up.
Yeah,
It's just how habits form and start. So it's possible in a more factory environment, it's more of something that you see a bit more frequently.
Yeah.
I
And
can't say for sure, but
with what my experience was, basically, I wasn't feeling well because I had a lot of gluten because that's pretty much all they were selling at the Australian Grand Prix. So, because like you buy stuff off a food truck, it's more likely to have gluten in it. So, I was dealing with a bit of stomach pain on, well, actually, especially on Sunday night. But on Monday, I was just not feeling quite that great either. Probably as a follow up on it. And we were waiting for the pub to open, and so I was sitting at the park. I was puffing my vape, and then I started to cough, and I was like, this is kind of crap. Like, this is not a great experience. So I threw it in the bin, and then we went to the pub and had a few drinks, and then we got our flight home.
well, there you go.
So that was, and then I have had a few puffs that I've told you, Liam, about, of a marijuana rollie.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the last
Mary
time.
Jane.
Yeah, well, I just, I think especially once I've had a few drinks. But I like to think I'm sort of open to things. Like, if I haven't done it, then I'll be more open to try it. If it was like cocaine or something, I'll be like, no thanks, mate. You can keep it to
that's
yourself.
a hard drug.
Yeah.
There's a difference. There is a difference in drugs.
Yeah. And I have.
The government would make you believe that if you smoke a single doobie, you will start doing cocaine.
Yeah.
I'm exactly the same as you. I've tried it once or twice. It's not for me.
Mm.
It's probably not a surprise considering everything I've said. I don't have any, addictive vices like that.
Yeah. I have been offered cocaine like 3 or 4 times in my life, and I've always said no.
Really?
Yeah.
I have been around consistently people who do weed, and I can tell you why I have
cocaine.
never weed, but why I not only have never tried it and probably never will get hooked on it. If I ended up getting hooked on it, is just being.
Do you have an addictive personality, Frank?
Well, again, that's why I don't really know. I haven't really done anything that is like has addictive properties. Like
you do drink.
It's better to say safe than sorry.
Do you think energy drinks are an addictive sort of drink?
I mean, you can get a caffeine addiction. Like,
yeah,
that is a thing that you can get addicted to.
Yeah, and I don't like. I was telling Liam, because I'm so caffeine sensitive. I've taken to drinking basically decaf versions of everything.
Yes.
Like I drink.
I don't
coffee
think I have a
yeah.
caffeine addiction because I don't get caffeine headaches. At least not yet, anyways. Knock on wood. But
yeah. But do you have? I think your sleep deprivation is just related to lifestyle more than caffeine causing you sleep deprivation.
Yeah, it's a causation of my sleeping habits and my sleep schedule.
Yeah. So, because I know some people who struggle to get sleep, and they're always drinking energy drinks. And I experienced when I was drinking, I used to drink coffee every day. And after about a week and maybe a week and a half of it, I really struggled to get sleep. So then I stopped having the caffeine, and then I got my sleep back. Which I was suspicious of before, but like now I'm like well aware of like, oh wow, I'm really sensitive to this. I can't just have a cup of coffee and expect to get a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
But I did have coffee when Liam came over for New Year's, because I'm like, my normal bedtime's 7:45. Right. I know I'm just gonna pass out before 12 o'clock.
And this might not come as a surprise considering everything I've said already, but I don't drink coffee either.
Yeah, but like what I was going to say was, like, the reason I know that I'll never want to do weed is just being around it made me sick to my stomach. Like, it makes me so nauseous just being around, like, the
smell
weed itself.
is just...
Like, not even like the smoke from weed, but like the buds or whatever, like, made me nauseous.
Yeah, it stinks. It stinks like hell.
I mean, it's not
Yeah,
even like it's like not even necessarily that like it's like a bad smell, like even though it is like not a good smell, but like just something about the smell would just
a
like
very strong
make my
smell.
stomach churn. How strong?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's probably because the buds are like about to flower, and so it's just like about a certain stage of the process of the plant growing that is captured, and then people smoke it. So that's sort of what it's all about. It's not just like a leaf.
Should we talk about our sweet fucking weed stories more in the next episode?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Next time on Doobie
Okay, see ya.
Burners.
Doobie burn.